Alright guys, I know it's a little noisy, but I got a lot of information to show you guys, so hopefully you guys can hear it pretty well. I might have to re-edit, do some voiceovers or add some text, but try to bear with me. So in this video, we're gonna go ahead and connect the camera to the laptop. In order to do that, you need a PoE injector. So what that means is, if you just connect a cable to your camera, your laptop's not going to have enough power to power the camera. So what you got to do is, for starters, you're going to need one of these guys that's going to have Ethernet. So let's start with that. We'll go ahead and put that right here. Plug that into our USB. And this will be the same for Macs, PC, doesn't really matter. So Ethernet goes there. Next step, we'll go ahead and take our Ethernet cable and plug that into here. A little tricky with one hand, but you guys get the point. So plugged in there, and then let's just go ahead, for testing purposes, go ahead and plug this right into the camera. And as you see, no light, right? So it's not working. So what you need to do is PoE injector. So instead of the camera running to your laptop, you're actually going to take the camera, run it into this, basically it's just a power brick, and you plug it into the PoE side. So you plug that in here. Then we're going to go ahead and put this into an outlet, and we got power. Okay, so now for you to connect to your camera, now what you're going to have to do is you're going to have a secondary network cable, and you're going to have to plug it into the other port. So now this is going to actually run to there. So let's go ahead and get a second wire here, plug that up here, and then we will plug it here. Alright, so now we're able to communicate with the camera. So on the laptop, what we're going to do is we're going to press the Windows key and then type CMD, press enter, and we get the command prompt. So I already know the IP address, so we'll go ahead and ping, and it's 192.168.10.116, and then we'll do space dash T, so it'll continue, and there we go. See, we're communicating. So if we wanted to, we could actually open up a web browser and type the IP address 192.168.10.116, and we're inside the camera. Alright, now let me show you another thing. So cameras, as you know, they have a length, a maximum length, because of the Ethernet. So now what you can do is you can actually run this camera to a network switch, and then from the network switch you can actually use fiber. So let me show you how that works. This is the brand that I use, and there's the part number here. Alright, so what that means is, for starters, we'll plug in two of the power bricks here. We'll run this wire over to the modules. A little tricky with one hand, but you guys get the point. So it's on the back side. There we go. Plug in one and plug in the other. So now in theory, what you can do is you can have this in one building, and this can be in completely different building. And the way we're going to connect these two is with a fiber cable. So this is actually not copper, this is actually glass. And what it does is the module shoots a laser into the one optical side and it converts it to data on this side, and then the other one shoots through the other side. So pretty simple, plug and play. Just get the connector, you pull out these little covers because you want to keep the laser part clean, plug it in, you'll hear a snap. Alright, and then the other end, same exact thing, right? So plugged in, right? Get this out of the way. Now, instead of the laptop connecting to the camera, right, through the PoE injector, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the laptop, follow the wire, and instead of going into the injector, we're actually gonna plug it into the module. And as you see, I lost connection, right, because we are no longer connected to the camera. So we're gonna plug one side here, okay, and now on the other side, that was the laptop, right? So the laptop's plugged into the module. Now we're gonna take the camera, which is the gray wire, and instead of it going into here, which it did originally, we're gonna need another cable. So we got one right here. Now we're gonna go from the injector, and now we're gonna plug it into this unit. And it's back online. So if you open up the web page, there it is. Give it a few seconds, it might have to reset. Let me refresh the page. There you go. So let me kind of zoom out here and we'll talk about this again. What we're doing is going from the camera. We're going from the camera into the power injector. So that's what powers the camera. And then it continues from the camera into the fiber module. The fiber module can be in a different building. It could be, I mean, as far as you want. I think these are, I don't remember the exact specs, but you can do miles with the fiber. So your other comes out of the, goes into the fiber, comes through the converter to this converter, which can be, again, in a different building or whatever you want, comes from the network, plugs into your laptop, and you got the camera. Now the camera, the laptop, nobody knows how far the distance is, because as far as the computer or the camera is concerned, we are right next to each other, and that's what it would think. But if this was in a different building, it would operate the exact same way. You wouldn't know that it's actually switching from fiber to copper. The module does all the work, and it's a pretty flawless setup. Just a little extra wires. So thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. I would be happy to answer any questions. If you guys have any issues, if you want to know how to remote into a camera without the IP address, let me know. If you need to know how to change your IP, let me know. So whatever you guys have, let me know. We'll be happy to help.